There's only one option.
What is he doing? What's he doing? Why did they let him get up there? No, right.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Lee Zeldin being attacked on stage during a campaign event. And I do have video of this incident. I'll get to that in just 1 minute, but first, let's back up to explain what's going on here. Like, who is Lee Zeldin? Why did this happen? What's going on? Those are all great questions, and I'm glad you asked. First things first, Lee Zeldin is a current GOP House rep serving New York's 1st District. He's been there since 2015. He's currently trying to become the governor of New York to replace Liberal Democrat Kathy Hochul, who replaced the other Liberal Democrat, Andrew Cuomo, after he was ousted from office. Now, he was in Parenton, New York, which is right by Rochester in upstate, right on Lake Ontario, giving a campaign speech. And out of nowhere, this 42 or 43-year-old supposed Iraq war veteran got on stage with him and tried to stab him. That's when things fell completely apart. And before I go any further, we're going to watch the clip together. If you want to see this clip without my commentary, the link will be in the description. Feel free to watch it there. But I'm going to watch this with you, and we're going to see pictures. We're going to see the guy. We're going to see his weapon. We're going to see all of the above. So let's go start here. And shout out to Ian Miles Cheong for this.
You're still here. And this is our last stand for New York. And there's only...
So here comes a guy out of nowhere. People are like, hey, what is he doing? And I think Lee Zeldin was kind of stunned right here because the guy had on a veteran hat. So he's like, okay, it's a veteran coming on stage. Like, this might not really be a threat.
There's only one.
But as you may be able to see right here, he has a weapon right there. It's like on both knuckles, and we'll see the weapon a little bit later.
Option.
So right here, he's trying to actually hit him. Now, right away, people get on stage and try to get this guy down. See, you can see it pretty clear right there.
Why did they let him get up there? No, right.
Get Lee out of here. He's got a knife. Lee Zeldin was attacked by this crazed lunatic with a pocket knife.
Everybody make a hole! Guys, break it open.
That's the guy crying when he's getting arrested. He's getting the zip ties put on his wrist, and he's crying. It's pretty pathetic.
Shut up. Somebody call the
The veterans are here for you. I'd like to talk to you.
I'm an 18-year veteran.
So they're giving him some compassion here because he might be a veteran. I mean, I think later they found out he was a veteran. He had on a veteran hat. So maybe this is some kind of psychological break. I don't know what's going on, but regardless of what's happening, you try to stab somebody on stage. I mean, I'm not going to give you so much sympathy and grace, but I understand why they may be trying to do something like that. You know, you got a lot of really good and kind-hearted people. Better than me, I tell you what. So they're just probably just trying to search him right there, see if you got anything else on him.
What are you doing? Is this yours? Okay. Walk out, peace! Peace! You walk or no? Yeah, he can walk. Get him in the box. Peace! Gentlemen behind you.
So his pants ain't really staying up. You know, he still got his underoos on, but the other pants he had on, those were pretty much on the floor. Pretty embarrassing to get arrested like that with your pants down, but whatever. I mean, he lucky that he's got all his limbs and everything, because he could have just got smoked right there on the scene. part in these comments right here, that's not me or my chat. This is, I guess, from a live stream that was recorded and then uploaded to townhall.com. All right, let's see if we can find anything else here.
Sure.
That's just him being arrested. And he's back on stage, back at it. So that's that. And if you want to see this full thing again, links will be in the description. That was the incident. And now let's see a little bit closer up. Okay. So now we can see the weapon right there. You see that? That's the weapon he had. And I'll give you a better close-up of it, but you can see how he was trying to hit him with it. He had it, what appears to be in his right arm, and he was trying to go for Lee Zeldin's throat. And the words he said to Lee Zeldin was, "You're done." That's what Lee Zeldin said that the guy said. And as you can see, you have an Iraq veteran hat on. I don't know if he actually served. They say that he served, but I can't necessarily verify that from myself. But from the news articles I'm reading, they said that he was an Iraq war veteran. So I don't know why this guy is on stage trying to stab Lee Zeldin in his throat, trying to kill him. I have no idea. We're going to figure that out pretty soon. And as I said from the beginning, the guy was arrested, charged with a felony, and he has already been released. This is part of the problem in New York, not just New York City, but New York State. Because remember, this happened in Parenton, New York, which is right by Rochester, upstate. It's not just a New York City problem. It's all over the whole state of New York. Guys that get charged with violent crimes get caught on camera doing it, let out with pretty much slaps on the wrist. You get a little cut right there on his ear. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby, little cut on his ear. Oh. Now, and there's the weapon again. Okay, you can see it a little bit clearer there. And you can see Lee Zeldin grabbed his wrist to try and control that so it wouldn't get up on him. And I saw a press conference that Zeldin did. He was like, well, I grabbed his wrist because I knew that people were around. There was a lot of people that were around that could subdue this guy. So my goal was to just prevent this weapon from going any further and then giving them time to be able to come and subdue him, which is exactly what happened. Instantly, as soon as the guy got on stage, shocked and crazy, you know, at that point, that's when they went ahead and got him. That's the guy right there. And I'm not going to repeat his name. He's not dead or anything. Obviously, he's in not in jail. He was in jail, just out on the streets now. But again, this article will be in the description. Okay, and that's a picture of them when they were down on the ground tussling. And here is the actual weapon. All right, that's it right there. Can we go over a little bit? There we go. So this is the weapon right here. Now, what this is, they have them on different shopping sites, online sites. It's something like what it says. It's a self-defense key ring. So as you can see on one side, it's like a space for your keys. At the bottom of, I guess, like a little kitty mask, it's like a space for your keys. You could put your keys on it. And then on the other end, you have these really big eyes, but those are for your fingers to go through. It's kind of like brass knuckles to a certain extent. And you see the ears on the cat, that's like sharp edges. Now, could you kill somebody with that? Maybe. It's meant to be more of a poking type thing to try to escape. That's not necessarily a sharp blade from what I see. So it's like a plastic point. But if you have enough force and you use that and you hit somebody in the right spot, hit somebody in the throat or any kind of vein and you puncture it, they could bleed out and die in a very short period of time. So that might have been the guy's purpose. From his approach, I don't really see a whole lot of force. So he might have just been a little crazy or a killer or a combination of both. I don't really know. But this was a weapon that he had. So, all right, New York State, are we going to ban guns and then knives and then anything that could be fashioned into a knife, like a piece of plastic or some eyeglasses? Like, are we going to take this piece right here, the eyeglass, and ban that as well? How about hands and feet? How about pens and pencils? How about magic markers? How about any high heel bottom, a pair of red bottoms, a pair of Manolo Blahniks? Hit you in the head with that. Crack it to the green meat, to the white meat. Okay. That's what's going on right now in New York State. And shout out to Lee Zeldin and his team. They're all okay. Nobody got injured as far as I know. It might have been a couple little cuts and bruises, but nobody got stabbed. Nobody got hurt. But this is an example of New York. It's a couple of things before I close. New York State, New York City, New York as a whole, they're soft on crime policies, letting guys like this out on the street when they shouldn't be. You get on stage to try to stab a guy running for governor, a current U.S. House rep, like a current U.S. House rep. Like if imagine if somebody was to get on stage to try to attack AOC like that. That's the equivalent, because he's a House rep just like she is. You see what I'm saying? Or like, how about a Nancy Pelosi or a Chuck Schumer? These are all House reps. You get on stage to try to attack one of them, what's going to happen? But because he's conservative, he's in the GOP, is it really a big deal? Okay, you get charged with a felony and then released that same day with no bond, no bail amount, zero in bail, ROR, released on recognizance. All right, sorry for what you did. All right, go ahead, bye. Felony charge, no bail, out in the streets. That's a problem. There's also an issue with a lot of these people trying to attack conservative politicians. They say it's the other way around, like we're trying to attack them and trying to attack quote unquote democracy. But really, I see stuff like the whole Steve Scalise baseball game incident and the shooter that tried to kill a bunch of people. He had a whole list. I see more of that going on than the other way around, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because it shouldn't be happening to anybody. It shouldn't be a race as to who's getting the most death threats, but that's what's happening right now in our country. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with the Lee Zeldin attacker getting arrested, getting charged with a felony, and then being released, ROR, like it's nothing, with no bail? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. Is it going to be a pattern coming up here? Because we have midterms coming, and I told y'all, midterm time is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see BLM try to resurge. You're going to see guys like this come out the woodwork. And my question is, are any of these attacks kind of organized? Are they planned? I'm not saying this attack was organized and planned. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying, will we see any organized and planned attacks? We already saw organized and planned protests on the Capitol, or pardon me, on the Supreme Court steps from the Squad, which was funded by a Soros-backed organization. We've already proven that to be correct. So what are we going to see next as midterm 2022 come along, and also general election 2024? What are we going to see? What's going to be the next set of antics and crises and attacks and whatnot that we come across? I can't call it, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.